Hi, everyone. Today I wanted to chat a little bit about the next transition. So, we have no idea, once again, when that is coming exactly. And we're at a place now where it's going to look different for all of us, depending on where you live, what businesses you're in, whether you have kids or not, and how fragile and vulnerable either you are or your family members are. But we sense that some way, somehow, in the upcoming time, there's going to be the next phase. And I know people talk about kind of reentry and so forth. And a lot of people chatted to me about the stress of trying to make that decision or how to know what to do. And also just so much of the commentary again and the pressure on people around us, some who minimize the risk, some who, for them, the risk is enormous and it feels very catastrophic to think about leaving and going about. So today, this talk, it doesn't matter where you land on that spectrum. What really matters is the fact that we can take a little bit of power back to prepare ourselves either way for the next transition. So the metaphor of the trapeze artist showed up in my mind this morning. And a lot of times that metaphor has been used in personal transformation and growth to discuss what the space in the middle is. The space from when you're holding onto the first bar and you, boom, you let go and you're flying through the air before you catch the next. And a lot of commentary is written about that space in the middle. But to me, I think we are not there yet. I think we're all holding on to that first rung. And before we can even let go to fly onto the next something, whatever it looks like for you, we need to build up some fortitude, some strength, some new personal habits. And so here's a couple things to play with for you. Number one, there's not a single person around who would do this without a safety net. So what is your safety net? Is it that you have people around you can lean on if things are getting harder? Is it certain resources that you need to have available that I can't let go of the place I'm in until I gather together the following resources? Just think about that. Just what is my safety net? Because if I fall, that's okay. Happens all the time. But I want to fall into a net that catches me as best as I can. So take that metaphor to whatever way that works for you. Number two, if anybody's ever been on the monkey bars as a kid or climbed a pole or hung from something or did trapeze, you know that just this act of holding on here, this actually takes a lot of strength. And if I don't have the stamina built up to push out and onto the next rung, then as soon as I let go here, I'm gonna fall into my net, which is okay. But I want us to start thinking about, what do I need from this spot that's going to strengthen me for whatever comes next? For some of you, the what comes next is watching the whole world go back about their business, but you can't yet. And that's going to take a toll too, right? So I need some strength. How we get that? Start changing your routine. Make it no longer the one that's just reactive to the first 6 weeks of COVID, but what could support you better now? Is it a better nutrition plan, new sleeping plan, counseling? There's so much online available now. Just what literally in my routine day to day isn't serving me that I need to let go of? And what might I play with to start strengthening myself? Now, if you hear that and you say, girl, I'm just hanging on, it's all I got, then that is where you are right now, and that is still okay. I only encourage those of you in that position to keep reaching out for help or letting people know around you who love you that you just feel like you're barely hanging on still. And that's okay. But if you're ready to, a little bit of energy and ready to move just a bit, what will provide you strength? Okay, do some thinking there. Number two, what gives me energy? So is it thinking about that future plan? Is it imagining, even if I'm stuck at home and even if my kids are done with school and have no summer plan or anything else, maybe there's one thing like gardening or sitting in the sun or reading a book that you would have done on a summer beach read, but you're holding it and now you'll do it in your, summer couch read instead, whatever. But just something that brings you energy, that brings you joy, that you're going to look forward to. Music. We talk about it all the time in A Place to Be. What music are you listening to that might boost your spirit and actually buoy you and strengthen you to prepare your body, your mind, and your spirit to tackle the leap? All right, so safety net. What strengthens me? What kind of routine do I need to possibly start invigorating my body and myself to move on to something new, whatever it may be? And what do I have to let go of? Maybe there's one thing you're doing in your routine right now that you know is not serving you or won't serve you going forward that you can just start to wean off of. Like the Netflix binging that's just been great. Maybe it's time to wean it just a little bit to create an opening for something else. That kind of stuff. Simple. And if you're not ready for any of this, no worries. You are still golden right where you are.